Come with me into the forest for more than the trees. Let's discover and embrace all this intuition sees. Together we shall come to know that which we need and reclaim our goddess power on this twin flame journey indeed. Welcome, goddess. Every time I read that poem, it's a different space, right? It's a different experience, and it's intriguing for me to be in that space personally because it's doing something different. I am a poet and I love to write in rhyme. I love to share that with you. That's why I naturally started writing the poetry a year ago for my Goddess Rising empowerment messages. The readings that I'm recording, these very readings. That's why you get those now. Oh my goodness. Welcome, and I am so excited. I am so excited to be a part of your twin flame self-love empowerment journey and to, of course, invite you in as part of mine. And that is, yes, dear goddess, what we are on. First and foremost, my name is Rochelle. If you are new to my channel, again, welcome. I am excited to have you join me in my little neck of the woods. Yes, because, yeah, this is the sanctuary space. That said, I got really into that. I got lost in the woods for a moment. Here is where we have come to know that a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey, and that this is what we are on. A self-love empowerment journey, a journey of looking for and finding our power, reclaiming it, taking it back through learning to love that which is each our own self. And if your twin flame is your exact mirror, who's the reflection? You, goddess. This journey is about you. It's about you. And I am, again, so honored and grateful and blessed to be sharing in this journey with you. And I am very excited to be hearing what messages are about to come through for us this week. Next week, I'm even more excited because I have a whole new setup that's coming for how I'm going to record my videos. You're going to see me more, not just my hands and the cards, because I really want to connect more with you. And that's that. And that said, I definitely would love to hear that you, I'm catching my little cord here, my little mic cord. Let me wrap this around safely here. And with that, as I was saying, I would love to hear that you stop by. I'd love to hear, what you're excited about right now. Anything. What you're excited about right now. Because I'm excited. I'm excited about the things that I'm creating, the things that are unfolding. Because you know what? As a twin flame goddess rising and in her mission and power more and more every day, because I definitely detached from my counterpart, and it's so liberating when you do. Does that mean I give up or any of those things? No, it means that doesn't run my life. I'm no longer clinging to that. I'm living my life to the fullest in all facets and aspects while working on that, right? We are forever expanding into that space, aren't we? But that said, when you recognize that not all twin flames have actually chosen to come into union in this life, it's really actually quite liberating to feel like you're not obligated to cling to your twin flame. You're not supposed to. And it's really quite amazing to be in that space. And I'm so excited for those of you who are connecting with me more and more, saying, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so grateful that you're focusing more on it being about us and more, because that's what it's always been. This twin flame journey is about you. And that's why these, as I call them, empowerment messages, because that's my perspective. That's why I'm utilizing these tools. That's what these are. They're tools. They're empowerment tools. And I'm bringing forth through me an empowerment message, the energy reading. Where is our power in these energies at this time? So it's an empowerment energy message, you could say, you know, and that's where I'm a Gemini. I'm always talking about many layered and multifaceted, because you're not supposed to fit in a single box, goddess. You're not. So stop trying to make yourself squeeze into a little teeny tiny box. You're many things. And I seek to be an example for you to really begin to embrace all of you. If you go back and watch some of my recent videos, especially 2 weeks ago now, the Twin Flame Tuesday, the Pegasus Animal Messenger one, I believe it was the one that was an hour long. And there's so much story in that about integrating my truth and showing you what that looks like to show up and share my truth with you, share what I am being led to share. And let me tell you, sister, when you get out of your own way and you stop resisting what you are being told by your higher self, your guides, all such support beings in your world, when you stop plugging your ears and ignoring what they're telling you and say, all right, fine, and you start speaking that truth, such as you'll see, I'm really big on the not all twin flames are supposed to be together, or have chosen. Not even that they're supposed to be, but that we haven't chosen to be together. What greater level of mastery is there than to have to completely detach? Talk about having to love with no conditions, right? That's unconditional love. And whatever perspective or facet of unconditional love that we are here to heal and transmute and anchor and amplify in this world, you've got to listen to your inner guidance, your inner knowing. Because when you don't, and you're looking for your answers everywhere outside of you, that's what's going to keep you caught up in this twin flame trap. And I'm talking more about that as well. And the twin flame trap is simply that trap that we each ourselves can be very prone to putting ourselves into. And it's this trap of perpetuating ego attachment, self-sabotage, unworthiness. Those are my 3 big ones that I am focused on for healing twin flames. That is what healing twin flames is. It's healing these aspects that are keeping you trapped in this, stuck in this twin flame trap of perpetuating your own pain and suffering. And I, again, am here as an example to show you what it looks like when you break free. You get excited. You're ready for what the world has to offer. You're no longer clinging to this one single thing and putting your life on hold and saying, I'll be happy when. I'll do that when I'm in union. As with anything you manifest, and again, this is all over what I'm talking about right now. Wow. I barely start to shuffle the cards. I'm just going through this. My hands are doing it on their own. This goddess card right here, right? Because we are stepping into that divine feminine energy of saying, I don't put my life on hold, my joy, my pleasure, my experience on hold for anybody, especially my twin flame. You see, this is that whole ego, love, attachment aspect that we must be transmuting. Just look at people in their relationships. How many are clinging to toxic, unhealthy relationships? How many are unhappy in their lives and their relationships because they're not in their power, they're not owning their truth, that this is not aligned with them, this is not good for them. But that obligation that they feel coming from that ego attachment. We are here to break free of these ego attachments. And that means, because I caught this, love every part of you, right? That means to allow yourself to see all the parts of you and allow for those that are here to be amplified out into the world, to be shared with the world, to be shown to the world, so that others can see you expressing your truth and being in your power and your divine feminine goddess self. And they themselves will step into their goddess self simply because you are in yours. That is the other reason why I'm shifting to a dual perspective video for these, my long videos. These are specifically my big videos of the week, every Tuesday, every Twin Flame Tuesday. But I want to be able to have you see my face once in a while during this video, because that's what this new earth energy is about. Full, transparent, vulnerable, authentic, showing up as yourself. No hiding behind any masks, any facades that are not you. It's time to be all of you. And I'm telling you, sister, when you shift into that energy, it's at first it's a little shaky. It's a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little shaky. But you get your footing. And then you take the next step, and it's a little shaky still, but you get your footing. It's like you're walking a tightrope almost, but you're not. I'm actually seeing, I reference this a lot. I believe it's Indiana Jones. I think it's Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade or Temple of Doom, where they're in the temple, right? And they have to cross to get to the chalice, the cup. And it's a big ravine, and you don't see a way to cross it. This is that faith thing, right? The belief in the unseen. And he threw sand knowing. He knew there was a path. He knew that path was there. And he just needed a little bit of assistance to have it revealed for his physical eyes. And this is what we experience as divine feminines, as soul beings, as we are awakening on this journey. We are awakening to remembering this power within us, this power that we can lean back and truly trust that no matter what happens in this physical world, that the path is before us, that it is there. And all we have to do is ask and take that step, that inspired action to facilitate it being revealed. And be that perhaps journaling, inner child healing, breath work, meditation. Oh, meditation, big. That's the very top of the list, big time top of the list. But any of these practices and tools, these empowerment practices and tools that we utilize and implement to assist us and empower us to reveal for ourselves the path that is already written in our souls, our soul blueprint. And this is that, again, that twin flame journey wherein we are mirrors of each other. When you can finally truly detach and move past the physicality of needing that physical romantic relationship with your counterpart, and you truly move past that and you detach and you say, 2 teardrops in a bucket, fuck it, I'm still gonna go live my life, thank you. And you really truly start to focus in on and feed your energy to your garden of that which you are here to grow and cultivate and share with the world. Oh, goddess, the game changes. Your twin flame journey changes. You feel empowered. You feel liberated. You really feel like you are rising and thriving, because here's the kicker. You can't reclaim your counterpart's power for him anyway. And if he has chosen to take that path of which many have, mine has intense generational karma to heal. Forced arranged marriage, forced procreation, because it basically is. You have to have a child by a certain age, and then child number 2 has to come by a certain age. It's insanity. Like me, having grown up in America, I'm claiming American privilege is what I'm claiming. That's what I would claim, because those of us, for the most part here, we didn't, unless that culture was brought here. But that's not what this conversation is about. This is about transcending that division. It's about transcending those traditions that are clearly misaligned with what's calling the soul toward. Because when you are experiencing severe depression, you are out of your power. You are not allowing yourself, and I speak this from personal experience, having been someone who once had anxiety so severe she couldn't leave her house. And years later, I flew by myself to the other side of the world to meet my twin flame. So there is no doubt he is my twin flame. He pulled me from that space all the way into this full empowered, it's incredible. But we are the ones that have to allow for ourselves to recognize that when we are feeling down, that we are putting ourselves in that space, even if it's through our eating habits, our thinking habits, our sleeping habits, all of these things, we are the ones that have the power to shift that. But when we are in that depressed state of being, it's because really honestly, we've done it to ourselves. We have done it to ourselves, and therefore we have to be the ones to reclaim that power. And that's what's happening in the world right now. Is the divine feminine is rising, and this is why the detachment is so vital. Paying attention to the attachment so you can detach. Because Goddess, you have to be willing to step into your power at all costs. Because it's one for all. That as you rise, we all rise together. You see that? Oh, well then. Oh. And this is why you're here. This is why you're here. It is time. It is time that you allow yourself to see that powerful goddess within herself, within her. Who is that? Who is that? Because you are not your twin flame. You are not your soulmate. You are not your whatever relationship, whatever. We were taught a total misconception that you are incomplete. You are an individual expression, an individual, unique, divine spark that's here to individually express itself. Separate, yet still connected to the greater whole. Does that make sense? And with that goddess, we are being asked, and now here's the first of the journaling I'm feeling here. You are being asked to allow yourself to journal out, write out a vision of who you are in your own power. Who are you? Goddess, divine, feminine, twin flame goddess, who are you? It's time to come out. The world is ready and waiting for you. It's time for you to lead on this journey, that even though you may not see the path, you know the path is there and shall appear with every single step you take. Who are you, God? That's a big journaling piece there. Not just the vision aspect of who that deeper goddess in you, but what are your greatest attributes, personality traits? What are your compassionate, your kind, your caring? And I'm going to call it out. I'm hearing it. Don't put that you put others first, because that's self-sacrificing. That's not self-love. And this is when you're going to need to look at that too. Start to look at that list and go, but I can't be giving myself dry. And I speak on this so often. Because if your cup is empty, what do you have to pour into others? What? Oh. Wow. So listen to your intuition. Allow those whispers to come through. And I just keep seeing that scene in the movie. And picking up the sand just enough to go, no. There it was. That seemingly finite act was so profound. That little laugh there, goddess, has me thinking the word samosas. That's what I just heard. Samosas. Because I had said on our trip in India, when we were on our way to the airport, and I had yet to have authentic Indian samosas in India. As he had said, we would eat them every day when I got there, but we loved so much of the other food so much at the hotel. I especially me, I kept buying a lot of the same stuff because it was so good. I couldn't get enough of it. On our way to the airport, we're in the car and he speaks in Hindi to the driver. And next thing I know, we're pulling over and he jumps out of the car and he runs over to one of these little stands. There were everywhere. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know what he was getting. I didn't have an idea. And so I think I looked at my phone, and next thing you know, he hops back in the car, and as he does, he places something warm in my lap, a plastic sack, a warm plastic sack in my lap. And I look at him, and he had this coy little smile on his face, and I just was like, and I looked into the bag, and he had bought me samosas. He had remembered to make sure that I got to have Indian samosas in India. And in that moment, I said to him, you remember? I said, it's always the little things that end up being so big. So the reason for that story, goddess, is to point out for you that so often it is going to be the most seemingly finite shift, action, practice, a single moment that completely shifts the course of your timeline, of where you're headed, what you're doing, the outcome that you're aligning with. So do not underestimate each and every step you are taking, each and every facet of you that you may think to yourself doesn't matter, it doesn't have value in the world, so I'm just gonna shove it in the closet and close the door and pretend it doesn't exist. Goddess, I didn't write poetry for years. I have yet to actually publish my book. I'm working on those. And that's the difference, is I am writing books now. I've been told that by a few too many, basically discouraged, let's just say discouraged. Every part of you is divine, Goddess. Every single part of you has value. Every single part of you is wanted. Even the parts of you that you are healing and transmuted, that part of you was necessary to reveal to you who you truly are and the power that really is inside you. So listen. It doesn't have to make sense. And a lot of times it won't. Baked cookies last night, talking to my best friend, my soul sister, my OG soul sister, bestest friend, 22 years and counting, thank you. And I told her, oh my gosh, you gotta try these cookies. My first cookies I'm baking in the house, because it's just been hot out here in the desert. We just don't turn on our ovens in the summer if we can help it. And I use wild orange essential oil, and I asked her if she had chocolate chips, because that's usually the thing you would be lacking, would be the chocolate chips. And she said, oh man, I was gonna pick them up the other day at the store, but I thought, no, I don't have anything I'm thinking of making right now. I said, well, lo and behold, here you are. And you have everything else except the chocolate chips. And the universe was letting you know, hey, psst, just grab this bag of chocolate chips, okay? Just trust us. That's what I'm talking about, Goddess. This is why that quote exists. Opportunity often knocks very softly. And when we have lived our lives listening to the very loud, obnoxious, annoying AF voice of the ego, constantly badgering and pestering and nitpicking and judging and criticizing and, oh my gosh, undermining and sabotaging, the intuition is barely a whisper. So you must tune yourself to her. This is why. Who is she? Who is she, Goddess? And through her, you are creating this reality. She is you. It's time to break free, through and free of the layers that are not you. Layers that are not you. With that, I am definitely feeling okay. I have this screaming in my mind, power of surrender right now. I'm like, yes-some, of how we can surrender right now, right? Where our power of surrender is, right? When so often, I know I talk about it and it's mentioned everywhere. You've just got to surrender. You've just got to surrender. You've just got to surrender. All right, well, what the fuck does that mean? I get it. I got it. Well, when there are so many facets of this journey that our ego wants to cling to and attach to, that's what you're surrendering. You're surrendering such things as, which you'll see throughout the videos that I create, and we'll even do it we can do it on a coaching Zoom session, or of course I do it on my emailed coaching sessions. I utilize these tools in those. But you will find that you surrender such emotional states as frustration, right? And you will also surrender the drama, right? Surrender, and this is what literally, just because we're in that goddess space, as I poured out the box and I've I don't remember ever seeing this card. This card just went boom right in my face. Look at that, a goddess on that card. Surrender to wonder and awe. So there's surrendering, there's the surrendering of something. So you'll surrender the frustration, just like we had last week, I believe, right? Surrender the frustration. This week is surrender to wonder and awe, meaning open yourself up. Allow for wonder and awe to be experienced within you. Because this is something that we must allow ourselves to experience. If you're not tuning yourself to wonder and awe, you won't experience it. If you're not tuning yourself to feeling empowered, you won't feel empowered. That is how it is. Now, just like Abraham talks about, you can't get from one extreme to the other. You have to ease your way through it. It's like I like to say, my version is, the ego wants to go from A to Z in one fell swoop and just completely say bye to B to Y. But you can't do that. You have to go and grow through every bit of it because it's there for you. You're here to learn, grow, expand, and ascend. And you don't expand, and therefore you don't ascend if you're not growing, and you don't grow if you're not learning. So it's all connected. And this is part of that, this practice of allowing the beauty, allowing the goodness into your life. Goddess, I have to share, of course. I do so much sharing. I hope you enjoy that. I hope it benefits you. I would love to hear, feedback in that. But these last many months of this intense dark night of the soul that I have gone through this year was one so hugely because I was resisting what I was being called to step into. Oh, we have a little string thing there from that back. Wow. So this is a rhodochrosite stone. Now, it's like the next level stone from a rose quartz. Rose quartz, self-love. Rhodochrosite, enhanced self-love. Lands on the goddess card. And now I'm really noticing the two unicorns on there, right? The two, the duality, bringing that inner balance within you. Surrender to wonder and awe. The magic of every moment. Let us. We are going on a mission. Goddess, I can't make this up. I just poured these out of the box. I removed these. These are always at the bottom. They tell about the cards, the Crystal Mandala Activation Cards by Alana Fairchild. And in that moment, I flip and I see the bottom and boom, rhodochrosite. Ascended Master, Lady Nada, and rhodochrosite sensitivity. My devoted heart is a willing, conscious, clear channel for spiritual grace. My growing sensitivity empowers me to experience the loving presence of the divine and to become a living light with tremendous compassion. My sensitivity increases in perfect harmony with my ability to process subtle energies and generate a protective field of spiritual light around me. I claim the space that I need to, wow, really full of so much energy right now. I claim the space that I need to process my experiences and thrive. I trust what I sense and respond with wisdom. That intuition, again, you must be tuned to your sensitivity, to the sensitive aspects and facets of you, those aspects and facets that have been neglected for a lifetime, and you are now actively healing and saying, hey, I see you, I love you, I want you, right? It is safe and wild and startling and beautiful to be a sensitive soul with higher awareness. I'm seriously like, you just can't really make this up, can ya? Can ya? And as I say, when it comes to the divine masculine energies, that's what I have been led to utilize these cards for, is simply the divine masculine energies. Remember, Goddess, they are our mirrors, exact mirror, the blueprint of you, to show you all that you need to see. Often, of course, there's always the translation of, okay, so that's happening there, but what does that mean for me? That's where I come in. That's when you want to book 30-minute video sessions, of course. We can jump into that and dive into that and clarify that for you so you know where your power is and therefore can move forward. That said, when I do these masculine energies, readings or messages, it is to show you in you the masculine energy and the balancing that is needed at this time, or that which is unfolding at this time, literally that which we need to know from the divine masculine energies as a whole, collectively. All right? Just the wonder and awe I am in, though, in this moment of how I pulled this deck out and the card as this. It has been a pretty wild, just a wild week, wild day. Look at that. Transformation. Butterfly spirit. We are in this space because this is why today it is about asking who you are, who you are truly, so you can continue transforming into her. Meaning, continuing to integrate your true self, your truth, and express it out to the world. That is why not all twin flames are going to end up in union. And perhaps, again, I am definitely not at all discounting that perhaps it simply means not romantic physical union for now. Whatever it looks like, only you can set yourself free. And this is a huge part of that transformation that is underway in the Twin Flame Collective, is again transforming this ego attachment and transmuting it into the awareness, right? This deeper awareness, right? With a higher awareness, transform it into this higher awareness that we're connected and that I don't need this physicality, this physical aspect in order to be happy and fulfilled and joyful in my life. Because Goddess, this really comes again back to that space of transmuting this for the human collective. Those who are in relationships in general, who cling to their exes and what have you, they keep going back to toxic situations. This is a huge part of that transmutation and therefore transformation process that we are facilitating by doing it within and for ourselves in our own twin flame connection. Because remember, the twin flame connection is that which is really truly transforming the collective as a whole. This is why I am so very sure that not all twin flames will end up in union, because of that major perspective there, that major component that needs to be transmuted and transformed. And we're all strong enough for this. You've just got to allow yourself to see this. That's, again, this goddess in you, allowing you to surrender to wonder and awe, the magic of every moment and the magic in you. Oh my goodness, that was well, looky there. Because it is about creating that stability, grounding into the present moment, grounding into your truth of who you are, of what you're creating, of what you're being guided to share with the world and bring out into the world. And yeah, so many of us, we're here to say things to disrupt the status quo. You don't change the world by being the same as everybody else. This is why I'm so glad I stopped watching the news almost 20 years ago. Yeah. Right now, in terms of the internal perspective here, right? This divine masculine energies, especially within you, Goddess, being very, very conscious and more aware that even, and especially when your masculine energy within you is overbearing, that's throwing everything out of whack within your connection, and of course within you, and of course then therefore in your life. So, oh my gosh, it is about letting go of the things you cannot control, letting go of what you are giving your power away to. And that is what is keeping, what is holding then power over you. What has power over you is what you are attempting to control that you have no power to control. Makes sense? So therefore you are giving your power away. Take it back. Let go of what you cannot control so you can bring more stability internally within yourself and in turn within the connection, regardless of the physicality of your connection, Goddess. Regardless of the physicality. That's what wisdom is. It's knowing that no matter what, this is your learning, your growth, your journey, your soul's experience, and it's still its own experience here. Wow, we got both. I knew there was another butterfly on there. Look at that. I knew there was another butterfly. As I said, transmuting. There's the masculine, just the masculine energies just mirroring, just amplifying exactly what I'm saying. I love that. Love that. Exactly the words that I'm saying. And with that, Goddess, that is today's message. It's so full and so filled that I'm not even feeling angel numbers. I have honestly gone to do them multiple times, and every time there's such a no, I'm stopped every time. So this is the message for this week. I am super grateful for you. I'm super excited, like I said, for what's to come. And you got this, goddess. I remind you that you so fucking got this. Okay? Whatever your journey looks like, wherever you are, you are a fucking goddess. And you got this. Because the power, it's in your hands. I assure you, it's in your hands. I'm here to assist in helping you to see that through either, again, a one-on-one video session or through an emailed coaching experience, utilizing cards with more of putting the power in your hands to reveal things. I'm here to support you in seeing the power is in your hands. Because that power, goddess, has always been inside you. Namaste.